Yes, greetings, my people. This is a man them called the Preacher Man Soldier, CEO of Reality Sound Studios International. Right now, today in my tutorial, I want to show people, some upcoming music producers, how to burn a data for an artist. Because some of them, they don't know how to burn a data for a particular job. Maybe an artist may finish a particular track and demand for a data. Some music producers, they don't know how to burn a data. A data that can be opened in another studio anywhere. I've been facing so many problems of such from many artists. Maybe they have been bringing so many data, so many jobs from another studios, but when I try to open it here in Relativity Sound Studios, the data will not open. Even though it opens, things will be missing, like voices and some instruments will go off or will go missing. So today I want to use Cubase 5. Let's work on Cubase 5 today. Assuming, let's use this particular track from one of my artists. It's an old job that I recorded back then. Should be 2 to 3 years today. If you open a particular job that you recorded a long time ago and you come across something like this, this is a complaint from a battery 4, a missing plugins, a missing samples. What you have to do, maybe you have moved the location of the sample, the very sample, to some other hard disk. So what you do is to click point to folder. It will now take you to your system. What you need to do is for you to locate the new place that you have stored that very samples. And like my own, I put it here. Then you click OK. It will search automatically and locate it and fix it. So, yeah, the job is now open. But before we burn the data, let's listen to the very job. All right. So we want to burn the data of this very track in case, for example, the artist comes back now and demand for the data of this very track. So what you have to do is to make sure you save your samples, especially the sample of this battery 4. Make sure you save it. For example, all these samples, because you may, even though he may carry this job to another studio and the studio there may not have these very samples I'm using here. So what you do is to come to this place, go to File, go to Save Kits As. You click it. It will now take you to your system. You go to locate the folder of that very artist. Go to the folder of the guy. Save Kit As. Go to the hard disk that contains artist. Yes. Then here, you click the names of you may save it as my battery samples, or you just call it battery 4 samples. Then you save it. You click save. Automatically it's saved. So if you go to that very that very folder again, you will see that the battery samples are being saved inside there. Go to G. Yes, here is it. So anytime you take the job to another place, you load the battery samples from here. Okay, now that one is done. Then you check if there is any other softwares like this addictive drums are used. Maybe the studio may not have it. You can export this, only this channel. You wave it, you export it as wave and bring it back. You export it, only this channel. You can solo it and do export. You export it. Go to the folder of the job. Go to the folder of the job. Oluwa. You can click it here. Go to the audio folder and type it drums. You can type drums. You can type drums and click save. I don't want to do it. I'm just using it for example. I don't want to do it. So that's how to export all these things one after the other in case the person, another studio doesn't have this. So after you make sure that everything are okay, what you do is to come to File. When you come to File, you go to Backup Project, because you want to make a data copy of this. Go to Backup Project. It will take you to your system. You now go to the folder of the guy. This is the folder, GC Kit. You now make a new folder. You call it Data. When you call it Data, yes, you can make another folder inside that very data. You make another folder inside that very data. You call it the name of the song, Oluwa. Then you click OK. Then the Cubase will now ask you, how do you want to copy the data? All these places will be empty. Then you mark it. Keep the current project active. You mark it so that this very project, this very job will be as it is. Nothing will be altered. Now, it asks you whether you want to minimize the audio files. No. You want to freeze the edit folder. No. You want to remove unused files, because in some recordings there are some artists that before they record a particular verse, they will be making a lot of mistakes being deleted, a lot of mistake deleted. Nothing is being deleted. Whatsoever mistake you might have done during your recording is still inside your folder. It's inside your hard disk. It's not removed. So what you do, when you want to burn the data, you now click Remove Unused File. You click it. Do not backup video. You click it. So these are the 3 boxes that you have to click. After you might have finished marking all those boxes, You now click OK. It's done. It's done. Everything as it is ready. So if you want to check whether what you have done is okay, you close this one, then locate that very job again. Oluwa, this is the main thing. Go to the data. This is the data. Open the data folder. This is the Oluwa that you created, which is the data of it, that we've just created now. You now open it and see whether what you copied is okay. You wait for it to load. Okay, as you can see, everything is intact. Everything is intact. You can play it to know. Yes. So now, everything is ready now. But in some instance that you open it and this, maybe you open it in another system and this battery 4 complains that the samples are not there. What you need to do is to go to this place, go to Open Kits. Open Kits. When you click Open Kits, it will now tell you that it's going to delete everything here. You click OK. So it's now taking you to the place that you save that battery. Then when you click this and click Open, everything will appear here, just as it is, will appear here. Then you are ready to go. So that is how to copy a data of a particular track on Cubase 5. Even any other Cubase is the same way, whether Cubase 6, Cubase 8, Cubase 10, 11, 12, they are the same thing. So if you find this tutorial helpful, you make sure you subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel at Break It Up Master. Subscribe to my Instagram channel at Preacherman Soldier. Subscribe to my TikTok channel at Preacherman Soldier. You can follow my page, my fan page on Facebook at the Preacherman Soldier. Then make sure you share it to your friends who needs it, because this might be helpful to some other person, especially the upcoming music producers. Thank you. I remain your Preacherman Soldier, Break It Up Master. Stay blessed.